Siri, call Dustball.
Calling Dustball.
What's up?
Oh, I am ready.
So, welcome to
Episode 2.
episode 2. I am your host, Tafari.
I am the co-host, the one and only, the best, Trexie. I'm confused. If you're the host and I'm the co-host, doesn't that mean we have to interview someone else?
No, you're just a co-host.
Oh, okay. It should be all about me. Like the podcast, it's all about me, like Sophia said.
Bitch, please. Run me my money if you think that's ever gonna happen. And we can talk about some things.
Like our friend said, what is the show all about you? And I was like, yeah.
Because bitch, the topics be all about you.
What?
You're entertainment of the group.
I'm the entertainment. God, for me a clown.
You're the only one that has a lot of things going on. Sophia's the mother, and I'm just the troublemaker /
Oh, so I'm the one that has
whatever.
a lot going on. You have nothing going on?
I have
sure?
things going on. You know, damn, I got things going on.
You got some things going on. Would you like to elaborate on some things?
Negative. So today's podcast.
Negative central.
So today's podcast is about
Toxic relationships. But I've never been in a toxic relationship. So we're just going to talk about relationships in general, right?
You've never been in one? You sure about that?
No.
Okay.
Wait, what? Which relationships have I been in that I were...
Let's talk about friends exposing each other.
What? Wait, no. Who's exposing who?
First of all, I think that when we're talking about, let's say, gossiping between friends, right? I
Yeah.
personally believe that if you don't tell the group or the person in your friend group, hey guys, when I'm talking about what I'm about to talk about, don't let it leave this circle. Then I think you're good on everybody holding that secret.
So you're telling me in general, every time someone in a group chat says something, they're supposed to say, let's make sure this doesn't get out?
If it's something personally for me, I don't really care goes out there. But I will always start the conversation off as, bitch, y'all better not tell nobody. And if y'all tell anybody, blah, 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 blah. You get what I'm saying?
Well,
Now, if
yeah.
I don't say that, then that's a free-for-all. I don't care who the fuck you tell. Generally, I don't give a fuck about a lot of things. Certain things I do. So if it does get out, I will be like, all right, bitch, fuck you. And then second of all, we are no longer talking. And by that time, I don't give a fuck about the secret. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Has anybody ever exposed something that you said to them?
I wouldn't call it exposed, but they did release a conversation that we had without my knowledge. So I would say that's exposing me. But I don't care. That's the thing.
So let me get this straight. One of your friends exposed a conversation that you had with them without your knowledge.
Correct.
And how does that make you feel? How do you feel about that?
I don't give a fuck.
Oh,
I don't care.
say it again. Slay.
But let's talk about toxic relationships. And really, that could be a toxic relationship in having a friend that
Yeah.
would expose you. I know my younger self definitely used to do a lot of things to my friends and I wouldn't give a fuck. So
Yeah.
I know back in the day, I definitely used to do it to you. And I didn't give two fucks.
Actually, it did happen to me, but this was like, oh my God, like when I was in high school and shit. I had a best friend. Actually, she was the first female best friend I've ever had. She used to call herself the original bestie because like I had so many best friends. And I literally trusted her with one of like my deepest secrets, which was I was unfaithful to my first love. So I literally told her about it, that I was unfaithful, and that was the very first time that I've ever been unfaithful to anybody that I've been with. And she literally went and told him.
Well, I didn't
And
know anything about that.
oh, now so yeah, that was with my first love. But it was like towards like the end of the relationship. Like we were like going down the hill. Like it was just really bad. Like we had a lot of issues, whatever. So I was with someone else, and only she knew because I trusted her. And she literally like she had her reasons as to why she betrayed me and why she exposed me, but her reasons were all fucked up. But I'm not gonna get into that. But she went and fucking told him that I fucking cheated.
Do you think it was a form of jealousy, or like she
No, it
did
wasn't
it
a jealousy.
unintentionally, or she was being messy?
The thing is, like, she was going through issues with her boyfriend at the time, and which our bestie knows her boyfriend as well. And I was friends with him and her at the same time. So I was like hanging out with him without her being there. So like he was doing some messy shit and then like lied to her and said that I was hooking him up with people. So then she felt betrayed. She felt like I was hooking her ex up with girls in the clubs, which I wasn't because I was just playing like mutual. Like I was just like mutual for the both of them.
Yeah.
But I was not hooking him up with any girls. She believed him, and then she went and told my first love what I had done. And then he confronted me about it. And of course I denied that shit. I was like, what are you talking about?
I can see her side too, because I'm the type of friend where if I'm your friend and I was the first, I don't give a fuck about my relationship or whatever. But if, you're being neutral, it's a fuck you to me personally, because
Yeah,
I feel like you're supposed to always have my side regardless.
exactly. So
I
I
don't
feel
give
like
a fuck.
I feel like that's the only time that I've really been like exposed by a friend that I thought was my best friend. When he confronted me, like he was just so upset. I remember he picked me up from my house and he wasn't talking at all. Like we drove all the way to our high school, we parked, and he was just silent. He was shaking, and I was just like, "What's going on?" And he asked me exactly like in details as to what she told him. And I said, "No, I never did that." I'm like, "You think I would do such thing?" And I denied it because I just saw how upset he was. Like he was crying, he was shaking, and I was just like, we weren't even like official. Like the 2 years that we were like together, like we were never even official.
Yeah.
So we were like, we had decided to stop doing what we were doing and go our separate ways. Because one, he wanted to have kids with a woman. He wanted to be with a woman because he's religious. His
Oh, I know
family,
who you're talking about.
yeah, he do. He's a Muslim and he wanted to have a normal life. And he said his family would never accept it. So I said, okay, you need to do what you need to do, and we're gonna go our separate ways. And I don't talk to him anymore. I don't talk to that friend that betrayed me. I don't talk to a lot of people from the past. But it's funny that I'm talking about this because the topic for today is relationships or toxic relationships.
Yeah.
And I think like my first love was actually the most toxic thing in the world.
But
I think that was toxic.
I thought you guys did still communicate.
No, we don't communicate at all. What are you talking about?
Oh, I might be having the wrong person, but I don't know. You're laughing makes making it sound really sus.
You, you know very well I don't talk to any of my exes because I haven't even been in relationships. Like, what relationships have I been in? None.
Anyways, next subject. But I completely understand the situation, and honestly, I don't know why people who are curious or
Mhm.
bi or whatever, actually, when for me, if you like a person, you should just go for it, because you don't know what you may be missing out on. It's like people
Yeah,
who date a specific type of person. Like you're missing out on potential love that might be for you.
yeah.
And
And you
you're
know
trying to standardize how you love, and maybe that might not be for you.
exactly. And I don't understand why. Now you mentioned the whole bisexuality, right?
Yeah.
My first love, bisexual. Like somebody that I fell for in 2017, which we're not gonna talk about. We're not gonna name. also bisexual. The last guy that I was, I guess you can say, really crazy for because he was also crazy, bisexual. And it's, I don't understand what's with all this fucking bisexual men like being attracted to me or I'm attracted to them. And it's, I don't understand. What the fuck?
I
Why?
think we're people and people are going to be attracted to each other. If you take away the labels, people are going to be attracted to each other. It doesn't matter if you're gay, straight, and whatever the
Yeah.
other communities are.
I feel like I'm cursed because the first bisexual guy that I ever matched with and actually met, not only is he bisexual, he's a little crazy too. And I'm just like, what's going on?
I think what makes them a little crazy is because in their minds, they're battling a lot of things. They're battling their culture, they're battling to standardize how they love. And regardless of how they feel inside, they're fighting that because they want to meet the public's perception of what love should mean for everyone.
Yeah, that's true. And then back on the subject, like, it's really sad, but I don't really think I've been in relationships. Like, I would call them more like situationships.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
I
I
feel
would
like
say
that's what
that.
I really, I feel like that's what I've really been in. It's just like dating, like the dating situations. Like, I have yet to experience like a real relationship. Someone actually asked me like, "Hey, do you want to be my boyfriend?" Or vice versa, like me ask someone like, "Hey, do you want to be my boyfriend?" You
You
know?
had that. You almost had that. But then you realized, then you found out that they had someone.
Who,
Remember the
who,
guy in the store that was like trying to talk to you? And then
the guy in the store?
yeah, some guy that you met at a store.
I don't know. Who
You don't remember? It was a while ago, so it's
at a
whatever.
store? Is this like here in North Carolina?
Yeah, you want to expose where you live?
Wait, hold on. I'm confused because how? That makes absolutely no sense. Like this guy that literally works at where I work in the mall, he literally told me he's married for 20 years.
Oh shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Or unless I didn't read that part.
I think you're confusing him with the one that lives in my complex.
No, that I'm saying the one that was in the same vicinity where you worked at, and you found out he was in a whatever year marriage, which is crazy.
And the vicinity that I work at, here in North Carolina,
Yeah,
we never even fucking hung out. What are you talking about?
but
We didn't even.
I'm saying he's the only one that actually came up to you. You guys like you smiled,
Oh,
he
I see
smiled
what you
back at you.
mean.
You get what I'm
The
saying?
approach. The
Yeah,
approach.
yeah.
Yes, yeah. He's not the first guy that's approached me. It's been other guys, but what I was talking about is what I meant to say is I'm like dating someone for a couple of months, and then they actually ask me to be with them officially. That's what I meant.
Oh, okay.
It's never gotten to that point, you know?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Since we're on the subject of sexuality, I remember a long time ago, I think I this story, but I was
Mhm.
tutoring somebody and I've never in my life had feelings for another guy. And it was just like a slow build up of him like flirting with me that I had no idea was flirting that turned into flirting. And then I'm a demisexual. So I typically don't have feelings for people until it's like a build up. Like I get to know them for a while and then like I start to
Mhm.
feelings if those things go there because he was constantly flirting with me. And
I
then
remember, yeah.
yeah, and then once I was just like, "Yo, what the fuck is this?" And then he introduced me going to a gay club, a
Oh.
drag show, and this was like completely out of my world, you know what I'm saying? But I was just comfortable being his friend and just supporting him and tutoring him and all these things. And then it turned out the girl that he claims was just his roommate was his actual girlfriend. He got her pregnant and
Mhm.
nothing ever happened between him and I, but it made me really confused on where I was and who I was
Mhm.
because I started to gain feelings for that person. And now I see him in town sometimes and he's like looking all sad and trying to talk to me and I'm just like, "Yo, leave me the fuck alone." So
That's
weird.
cute. Is this, I remember the situation that you're talking about. Is this the first time? Wait, no, let me rephrase that. Is this what awakened like that utility in you that you can be with guys? Or did you already have that before that situation?
No, never in my life, ever.
So it's safe to say that this guy that you were tutoring is what woke that like curiosity in you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay.
But it's never happened after that.
You've never been with a guy after that? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're Is that what you're saying? I
it's
need some
ne-
clarification.
it's never happened after that. I've never gained feelings for another guy
Oh.
after that.
Oh, okay, yes. Okay, so yeah, you're just to clarify, you haven't had feelings for a guy after
I've never had
that.
feelings for another guy after that, or had nothing ever, no feelings towards another guy.
Oh
Because
gosh,
you have to be attracted to someone to actually like them, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So would you consider yourself more pansexual?
No, because I don't see myself ever being with someone outside of a female. When I envision myself, I'm just as fucked up as every other person because just like you talked about the first guy you was with,
Mm-hmm.
he was bi, but
Bye.
didn't see that in his future because he wanted to be married with the wife. The
Yeah.
difference between him and I is that I don't actively seek out another guy. I'm actively
Okay.
dating women. You know what I'm saying? So I and I don't see another guy that I'm attracted to that I'm like, oh damn, what's up? Let's do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Okay, okay. But so basically, you would be open to ending up with whoever you fall in love with. Like you have no control over that. So like
Yeah. We'll
into
never
ending up with
fight that.
okay. Okay, that's good. I'm 34. I'm gonna be 35 soon, and I'm still not in love with anyone. Like I literally have no one. I have no interest in anyone. So,
Yeah.
yes, you've heard it here first. I am single, and everything that I said on my first podcast about being with someone, it was a lie. I am not with anyone. I am single.
And he had me lie. So when you hear the first one where I'm like, oh yeah, you're boo, blah blah blah. Nah, nah.
No, we were just fucking around. That was just a test. That was just like playful test for podcasts. And this podcast is all about gonna be the tea and the truth. We're not gonna lie about anything. We're gonna get into some real shit going forward. Yes, you've heard it here. I am single and I am ready to mingle with everyone here in North Carolina. Hit me up.
So what was that toxic situationship you were in?
Mm. Oh,
Because you were
my
never
last.
in a toxic relationship per se.
Oh, you're right. It was more like a toxic situation ship, and it's with this guy that lives in fucking New York, New Jersey to be more specific. It's like it was just so toxic. We literally went back and forth through social media. It's just crazy. Like it finally came to an end. But that was the most toxic shit I've ever encountered in my life. I don't even know how to explain it. You know the situation because I've told you
Yeah.
about it. And it finally came to an end. It was so bad that I had to post pictures of me and someone that are
Was
nothing. Literally, we were just friends to make this person believe that I'm actually with someone, for them to stop looking at my Instagram and for them to just finally move on and forget about me because they decided to be in the situation that they're in.
Yeah.
And
But the audacity of some people who think that they can be with one person while already
oh,
being in
yes,
another with already being with another person. Why not just be upfront with it? Because sometimes
exactly.
you may find someone that won't mind being in
Yes.
another a poly relationship. That
Thank
is my
you. You know
dream.
what? I'm glad you brought that shit up because I've been dying to talk about it. Like this motherfucker, the one that we're talking about right now, we're not gonna say any names, but this fucker was or is in a whole relationship with someone else, with my replacement. And the funny thing is, my replacement is also from my same country. And it's just
What?
like a
I didn't
little like,
know.
yeah, the guy that he's with is also Ecuadorian like me. And it just makes me feel like, what is going on? Like, you went that, are you that obsessed with me that you went on like wherever website you found this guy and you put specifically, I'm looking for Ecuadorians with tattoos?
Not with tattoos.
This, yeah, that's what he told me about. And he also has tattoos like you. And I'm just like, in my mind, I'm like, oh
No.
my God, this guy literally wants to replace me like from bottom to top. But I'm sorry, like I'm irreplaceable. Like you like it just doesn't work that way. And recently we were like talking and we were trying to be friends or whatever. And come to find out that he was in a whole ass vacation in the Caribbean with this guy.
Oh.
And while he's in this vacation in the Caribbean, fucking this other guy, he's messaging me. And
Imagine him trying to
yeah,
imagine your face on this other person while they're having sex.
I know. I'm like, you were fucking someone else in the Caribbean while you're thinking about me. And you're like posting all these bios for me on your Instagram that are clearly for me because every time I would change my bio, he'll change his bio. And it always shocked me at how fast he did it. It just made me think, oh my God, does he like live on my page, like refreshing it until I change my bio? And then like when I confronted him about it and I was like, so how was your trip to the place, to the country he went to? And he's, oh, it was fine. And I was like, oh, who did you go with? Because I noticed that there was somebody else with him, but I couldn't tell who it was, if it was male or female, whatever. And his response was just like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. It makes me feel uncomfortable. So you literally just gave yourself up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like your response was like very, like you were guilty of something. And the reason why he didn't want to tell me who he went with is because I had talked to him prior to his vacation and he told me, he said, I'm going on a solo trip, like to find himself or whatever, to just relax and be by himself. So when I questioned him about who he went with, he went on the defense because he was like, oh no, I don't want to talk about it. It's going to make me feel uncomfortable, blah, 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 blah. But it's because he remembered what he had told me prior to the vacation that he was going by himself. So now he got caught liar. And I'm like, you're a fucking liar. If had he told me the truth, we would still be cool. Like we would be friends. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's cool. Like you're doing you, like I'm doing me. Like I don't talk about my shit. Taylor Swift says, I keep my side of the street clean.
See, on my
You
side of the street, it's a little dirty. I like a little chaos, you know what
ex-
I'm saying?
so I'm like, had you been honest with me, like things would be a lot more different. And I was starting to accept him for who he is, for all the things that he has, which I'm not gonna talk about because I don't want to expose somebody's like personal life like that. But I
Yeah.
will expose you for the liar that you are. Like not only are you a liar, but you're also a dumb liar because had your memory worked a little better, like I get it why your memory doesn't work, you probably should write down like your lies in general. If you're gonna lie and you have bad memory, you should write them down and be like, oh no, I lied.
Or
This
just be
this
honest,
is so
because one thing that could have happened is that him saying, oh, I'm with someone now, blah, blah, blah. I wish it was you. Maybe we could just be friends. You don't know where that could lead you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could have been friends. And then when that situation was over, then he could be like, hey, the situation's over. What's up?
yeah. Yeah, but you know what the sad part is?
Why did you say that?
I don't but no, but you know what the sad part is like I ultimately just feel so bad for my supposedly replacement because this poor guy has no idea that his man is literally obsessed and in love with someone else and writing bios on Instagram for another guy while he's getting fucked by his boyfriend. Like
The way you say it is just killing me. I can't.
it's just the truth. Like I literally I feel so bad for that guy. Like I don't know his name, I don't know anything about him. And I promise you, like, if I ever found out who this guy is, like, I have all the screenshots saved. Like, I
I
have all the
know.
tea. I got all the tea. I got all the screenshots, all the bios that he wrote for
No,
me. I,
stop.
I got all the tea saved. Because if I ever find out who this guy is, I'm gonna send all these bios. I have all of them with dates and shit. I have conversations. I'll be like, listen, you need to find yourself a new man because your man is clearly not in love with you.
Some people won't care. Some people will just be
Yeah,
like, you're mad because you didn't end up with him. Because
yeah,
I've definitely have done something close to that, and it just didn't turn into, I didn't care if they ended up or not. I was just trying to look out for that person, but that person still stayed with that person.
yeah, yeah.
So
So I guess
it just didn't like work. You know what I'm saying? You think people wake up, but sometimes people are so in love with that individual that they stay in it.
yeah. But you know what? I don't think it was love or in love. I think it was just more of an obsession, and I think he just had an obsession with me because I'm a mixed martial artist. I'm all tatted up. I'm Ecuadorian. Like, I think it was just like he
Now you
like made it.
throwing out your age, sex, and location.
I am 35 years old. I live in North Carolina. I'm 5'6".
Nah.
Yeah.
Oh my.
No, but I think that's literally like the last toxic situation that I was in, which it's crazy because I didn't think that situation would follow me all the way to North Carolina. Like it's been so long, and I said to myself, okay, the new year's coming. I'm going to bait him into looking at my Instagram on New Year's Eve and just posting crazy shit to make him block me, which it worked because he's nowhere to be found anymore.
Oh my god.
It's just, but I feel like I helped him move on because he was just like holding on to something that he was just never going to get back because of that simple lie. Like things would be a lot different. But once you lie to me and then I catch you lying to me, it's over. It's
I
what happened
mean,
with
is
my
it
neighbor here.
though?
Yeah.
Oh, your neighbor. Oh my god. That was
Did you not see what I did to that motherfucker? Like you lied to me. Oh, I went batshit crazy on that.
Yeah, you did. And you're still not over. I'm
I'm
sure
sorry.
every time you see him, you want to just burn down that whole apartment building.
No, that's the good thing. Like I have not seen him since we stopped talking.
Oh,
I
that's
have not
cool.
seen him. But the summertime's coming and I want to go to the pool and that's where we met in the pool and I don't want to have to run into him because it's going to be awkward because
Yeah.
things did not end really well. He did call me borderline psychotic.
Oh my
Which I
god.
think he was wrong. I'm straight up psychotic because yeah.
Oh my god, I can't.
Oh my God, this episode is so juicy. Like we get into some things. Oh my goodness. But what else? Oh, more toxicness. Okay, we spoke about the last toxic situation that I was in, and then I think the biggest toxic thing I've been in my life is the asshole in my life. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, unfortunately.
The
The
one
one
that
that
has my
blocked me.
Facebook.
Cause bitch, I don't like you. And I had to say something to like change the fucking dynamic of that relationship, but it didn't work. Cause your ass definitely was like, you know what Tafari said? But you know me, I don't care, so it is what it is.
You know what's crazy? Like I've had my tarot cards read by four different people, and they've all told me the same thing. And there was this one lady that read my tarot cards in Union Square, and the first thing she said to me was like, she pulled out a card and she said, "You're a water sign." right? And then she pulls out another card and she says, "You're a Pisces." So I'm sorry, like the minute you called me out for being a water sign and a Pisces, I knew that everything this lady was saying was fucking legit. And she literally said so much, right?
Yeah.
She said so much that I'm not even going to talk about it because it'll take forever. But there was one thing that she said that stood out that matched with the other readings that I've had. And she basically said, "You've already met the love of your life. There's a strong man in your life. He's from your past." And then this time she actually got into like more details. And she said, "This man is a fire sign." And when she told me this, I didn't realize that this asshole in my life is a fire sign. And then when he told me that he was a fire sign, I was like, oh shit. I think I literally messaged you and Sophia, and I was
Yeah.
like, guys, did y'all know that this is a fire sign? This literally matches to everything that the tarot.
We got to get Sophia in the chat one day. You know what? What sign
What?
is your first guy?
Oh, my first love?
Yeah.
He's a Pisces. He's a Pisces
Oh.
like me. And we went to
Oh.
a house party one time, and there was like this girl that also does like readings and shit. She literally told us, "You two are not gonna work out." She said two Pisces will never work out together. And that night, it's like she fucking jinxed us. Me and him had the biggest fights of our life. He fucking left me there. He fucking drove off in his Mustang and went psychotic on me. And after that, our whole relationship just went down the fucking hill.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she literally told us she's two water signs, two Pisces will never work out together. And
Because you're
I'm
both
starting.
emotional.
He was, yeah, he was definitely emotional. So yeah, and then to backtrack, like the last when I was talking to you about the guy that was fucking someone else in the Caribbean, when I met him, he told me that he was a fire sign, right? And little did he know that before we actually met, we had matched on Tinder way before we met. Me and him had matched on Tinder before I got my first reading about saying, oh, I already had met the person that I'm going to end up with, right? So when he told me that he was a fire sign, I was like, oh, I'm like, he fits the description because supposedly it's a fire sign. It's someone that I've already met, and you don't really know what kind of form of meeting this person was talking about because you can meet someone just by bumping into them on the street and never talk.
Yeah.
So I took that as, oh, maybe it's a possibility. Maybe he could be the one that everyone's talking about because we did match before. We never met. We never really talked like that. But once we met, when I met this guy, the connection was just like so like strong. And even though the first time we met, like his eyes were all over the place. He was not looking at me.
The thing is,
I think I told.
I believe in these two tarot card readers, but
Mhm.
sometimes I do believe that they can be a little bit biased in their readings, which can change the trajectory of the actual reading. Let's say a card comes up and it's like a fire sign or whatever. Because I personally think that Pisces do well with an earth sign than they
Mhm.
would a fire sign. Because Pisces are highly emotional. And then you have a fire sign. They get angry and upset, but they become very irrational in their while they're upset. And with the Pisces, you
Mhm.
can't be irrational with the Pisces. You have to be calm, know how to handle them, and then put them in their place
Yeah.
again. Like just to get them
Well,
back to
there's
reality. I can't even explain that properly. But anyways, maybe you might do better with a earth sign. See how it would be with like a Taurus. I think a Taurus or Virgo will be perfect.
wait. So back to the only fire sign that's in my life. So he blocked you.
Bitch, because you told him some shit.
I wasn't. Oh, I think I remember. I confronted him about him snapping you or something like that. That he was sending you snaps.
Because I was like, oh yeah, he's sending me snaps. He wasn't sending me shit. I was just trying to get y'all to stop fucking talking because I was tired of listening to you complain about him all the time. Because he was being, in my definition, I think he was being truly disrespectful,
Mm-hmm.
not truly respecting you as a person, looking at
Mm-hmm.
you as a person. But even
Yeah.
although you didn't see it that way, I myself saw it that way, and also our other friends saw it that way.
Yeah. I don't know. There's just that's like the difference between him and the other fire sign in my life. Like he just doesn't really care, and then the other one is cares so much to the point that it's like obsessive, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a huge difference between both of them. And
But they're
at
also
one
two
point,
different signs. One's an Aries and
yes.
one's a Sag.
Wait, how you know he's a Sag? What I did I ever tell you that?
Yes. And remember the
Eh,
first time you told me and Sophia that, I said, stare the fuck away from a fucking Sag. They're fucking crazy.
wait, I think so. Wait, when is Sagittarius's birthday? Is it in December?
It's all the way, it's from like November to December, like 20
Ah,
some, or I don't know. I don't know
yes,
when's the
yes.
last
That is,
day.
yeah, I think that's his birthday around that time because I saw some shit on his bio. I'm like, I think it's his birthday, but I couldn't remember that shit if it was his birthday or not. It's just those are the only, literally the only two fire signs.
I
So,
know at least 8 Pisces, but most of them that are married and have been in relationships for a long time, they always ended up with an earth sign.
really,
I
an
don't
Earth
know
sign.
anyone other, I don't know when anyone out of that group that I know that
Hmm.
without isn't with an earth sign. And the other ones that are not in a relationship or like having trouble finding people,
Yeah,
they haven't dated. They did date an earth sign, but it didn't work out type of thing. But it's just like more than often I see that they end up with an earth sign.
I see. At least for me, it's like I'm very like hard to be with. Like I have so much expectation. Like because like I've been with people, like I've been with guys that like give me what they want. Like for example, you remember the Puerto Rican that I dated a couple of years ago. We're not gonna say his, we can't say names, right? But you know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
So like when I was dating him, like his communication was like superb,
And what
right? It
was
was,
his sign?
I don't remember his sign. Possibly a fire sign? I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead.
The communication between me and him was like fucking insane. Like literally the only time that we would not talk is like when he was like doing a session with one of his, the people that see him because he's a therapist.
Yeah.
And if either that or I was in a meeting at work. Like that's the only time we didn't talk. And that's the kind of communication that I want. It was amazing. But it didn't work out.
Why?
Remember his parents were not really accepting of like his lifestyle.
Oh
So
yeah.
we had that issue where like he would go to Puerto Rico and for like sometimes 7 to 10 days, and I'm just like over here, okay. And then like he told me one time, he's like, the holidays I have to spend with my family. So I'm like, okay, so basically like I'm not gonna have a boyfriend like for many weeks out of the year because you're gonna go to Puerto Rico. I can't even go with you. So that's the reason why that didn't work out, and it was hard to get over that situation.
Yeah, I remember
I
that.
think it was because of the connection we had. Like we spoke so much.
Because I even said that you guys, that's the longest you had. I wouldn't say the longest like relationship, but I would say like the longest you
Yeah.
had something that was like consistent, that you weren't like
Yes.
off and on with.
Yes, correct. And that was like close to 3 months. Okay. And that's very sad that 3 months is the most consistent thing I've had.
Yeah.
But it was also hard with the last Puerto Rican, with the Jersey Puerto Rican, because I don't know, there was just like a connection with him. There was just something that just kept me, I was like about to move back to New York just for him, right?
Yeah.
Which I think is crazy. But then I found out about the lie and shit. And I was like, oh no, I would have made a big mistake moving back for your lying ass.
And I told you, I kept saying you'd regret it, because for me, in order for me to completely change my life and change where I want to be or where I'm going, or even
Yeah,
where I'm at, someone will have to meet me halfway
yeah.
or show me like that they're there for me. Being that he
Hmm.
didn't even go to see you not one time, but will go out of the country. You get what I'm saying? Like that right there would have, I would have ended it right there.
No, and the crazy thing is like even when we were like talking and or like dating or whatever, he never even came to Brooklyn for me. He has a car. He never even crossed a fucking bridge for me, but he took this guy, my replacement. He took him to another country and spent almost a week there. But me, someone who he's like crazy for,
And
supposedly,
stalking.
and stalking, yeah, because I'm pretty sure he still stalks me till this day from somewhere, I don't know where, but I'm sure he does. And but you could not take a fucking car ride to see me, and then you lied to me about who you went. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
And I was over here thinking, okay, because when I got here, I don't know, I just felt like, okay, so maybe I will move back and maybe we'll work things out because we were trying to work things out. We were trying to be friends and whatever. And we expressed how we feel about each other. So we thought, okay, maybe this is our end game. But clearly it wasn't because you fucking lied to me. I can't stand liars.
Yeah.
I can
Listen,
like
my dad's a Pisces. And
we're fucking crazy. You once
he's on the
lied to us.
27th, you're on the 28th, okay?
No, I am 29th. My birthday comes once every 4 years. Thank you very much.
Wait, I thought there was only oh yeah, you're right. Fuck.
I'm a leap
Wow.
year. So that
Yeah, I
makes me even
forgot.
crazier.
Still 2 days away. No, like that's crazy.
Yeah, I can't believe I was gonna change my whole life around for this one person that I was willing to overlook so many things for him. You know the situation with him. And I was willing to overlook all of that stuff because I said, oh my God, like I miss him. I miss just sometimes you have to realize things and but I'm glad that everything happened the way it did because I do not regret now staying here because life is good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Life is good.
I'm glad you stayed too because that would have been a whole wreck. Because imagine moving somewhere and then like you literally just left and then
I
go
know.
back.
I would have moved back to New York and then I would have eventually him about the trip because
Yeah.
it was on my mind regardless. It was on my mind to question him about, oh, how did your trip go? So imagine I would have moved back and I'm actually like dating him again and okay, this is it. This is my end game. I'm gonna be with you. And then I asked him about the trip and you know how crazy that would have been? I would have ended the things right then and there.
Yeah.
Overall, I wish him the best in life. Honestly, like I've moved on from that situation. Like I just hope that he treats this guy better. He already is. Obviously, taking him to fucking Caribbean, right?
Well,
Physically, you're treating him better, but like emotionally, I want him to treat this guy better emotionally. Because that, to me, that's like emotionally cheating on the person. Like, you're obsessed with someone else, but you're
yeah.
fucking someone. That's just sad. Like, even when me and him ended things, like, I didn't get into anything for a very long time. Like, I had to take a long time from dating to get over that.
Yeah.
But him, do you know how many months it took him to replace me?
No.
I didn't tell you. I didn't
No.
tell you.
No.
2 months, Safari. 2 months.
That's not bad, actually. That's not bad at all.
Oh yeah.
It really isn't because not all of us date like that. I think one of my relationships that I was in was like 8 years or something, and it took me at least it took me longer than 3 years to get over.
Mhm.
And I'm the type of person where I don't sit there and fight and argue with you. We'll
Mhm.
straight up ghost your ass and then keep on moving.
Mhm.
I don't fuck around.
I'm not the type of person to ghost someone. Like even recently, I've met people and I'm just like, oh, you're not the one for me. You know why? So I tell them straight up, this is why it's not going to work out. This is why I will not continue to date you, X, Y, and Z. So I don't ghost anyone. Like I just
Nah,
tell you the
nah.
truth straight up.
You're gonna hurt like I hurt. And I don't give a fuck. You're gonna always wonder why.
No, I would rather tell you why and why it's not working out than to just completely ghost. I don't know. I feel bad. Like I have this feeling in me that I don't want to hurt people. But
Yeah, see?
sometimes you do have to hurt people in order for them to move on. Exactly what I did on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
No, that hurt him because
Yeah, but you at least
I
still gave you as still like you still did like I would call it like maturity is a very ambiguous thing. Like
Mm,
it depends on the people, the circumstance. There's a lot of like variables to how a
yeah,
person can be mature, and some people will say that is more mature, letting someone know that you're upset than just ghosting them, blah blah blah. Because being ghosting
yeah.
is like being immature. But I don't give a fuck. I don't want to. I don't care if people think that ghosting is immature. I don't give a fuck. You're gonna feel the hurt that I have. Because for me, it's like this. If you did something to someone and they ghosted you, you're gonna feel more
Mm,
fucked up about it than if they would have told you
yeah.
why.
What's crazy? I've never gotten ghosted in my life. Never. I don't know what it feels like to get ghosted. And the reason why is because I'm always the one leaving them. When you do one tiny thing wrong, and I'm done with you.
Oh no,
Like,
that's
it's
not
so,
true.
no, it is. Like it takes a lot of work to.
No, is that true?
Yeah, who have I like been with that's done me wrong?
It wasn't a relationship, but it was the situation that you had of the person who used to come by. Y'all used to do
Mm,
little stuff in New York. And
mm,
then,
my baby.
yeah, there was a lot of disrespectful actions happening
Um,
there.
yeah.
And
You know,
you fully still care about that person, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? You have a big heart.
I think with him, it's different because I met him like what in 2014, and it's just like we have so much like history with each other, and every time we talk, it's just I don't know, it's just like a weird thing with him.
Yeah.
It's just weird. Like I cannot explain the situation with him, but it is what it is. I don't think it's nothing will ever happen there.
Yeah.
Highly doubt it.
I
But
think everyone has that one relationship over a person they wish would have acted right or would act right
yeah,
so that they can be with that person, but
yeah,
the person just isn't on that same wavelength yet. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. That's how I felt with the Jersey boy. I so many times like I wanted him to act, but it just didn't work out.
Yeah. That is all for us today.
Oh my God, we got into some major tea today.
We
Holy.
did. We did. But
Wow.
please, y'all, follow, subscribe to our podcast so that we can push out more content to you.
Yes, subscribe, stalk me, follow me, please. Do whatever you want. I
Remember, he
know
said he
I
lives in North Carolina.
yeah, I love attention, so give me attention.
Give it to him. All right, that is all that we have for you. And I am your host, Tafari, and
And I am your co-host, Shrexy, the one and only, your obsession. You
that
know,
bitch.
I am that. I am the one that you can never get over. I am the one.
The one of one, that bitch, Shrixie.
Shrexy, probably your obsession.
All right, we'll see you all next week. Don't forget to subscribe, follow. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.